This is Paul Catalina's Top 5 at 5:55, presented by Champion Salon and Barber. To book your appointment, go to championsalonandbarber.com.
Top 5 out of nowhere Super Bowl MVPs. And really, there's only 4 people on this list. There's one in the 70s that I couldn't quite wrap my head around, so I skipped it because I didn't know. Jake Scott from the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's a real good player.
Yeah, see, so I was like,
not a surprise.
But this one, that's why I put the actual Hall of Famer on this list is 5th, but you wouldn't have expected from this team that he would be the MVP of the game. Number 5, Richard Dent, the Bears, Super Bowl 20. This is a team that had Walter Payton on it. And Mike Singletary, and Richard Dent was a Hall of Famer, but given the fact that the defensive end in this Super Bowl, now granted that Bears defense was maybe the greatest of all time, still surprising that Richard Dent was the one who was the MVP of the Super Bowl.
Good dude. I interviewed him one time. I always liked him. I always thought, that team had so many different personalities, and he never seemed to be someone that jumped out at you like Singletary had the eyes, or like Refrigerator Perry was almost like a separate story in himself. Hell of a player, Richard Dent.
By the way, Mike Singletary is about to be on this reality show on CBS where he and other celebrities like Ray Lewis, Meta World Peace, and some other people are in the jungle doing challenges.
That's why his voicemail his phone goes straight to voicemail.
Yeah.
He's been kind of incognito or just busy.
Yeah. Number 4, in honor of Jack McKenzie, Desmond Howard, Super Bowl 31.
Long kickoff return, is that right, for the Packers?
Yeah, kickoff returns, punt returns. I mean, he was just all over the place.
Against the Patriots and Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Washington Redskins. At the time, seemed like you'd love to get all sorts of opportunities, getting the ball. I think they threw a reverse pass one time in a kick return. He scored early in his career, and he just never materialized and won a Super Bowl and an MVP.
Yeah, he was a Heisman Trophy winner and Super Bowl MVP, I believe. He was the first person to do that. He had a tremendous game, and much more known, of course, for his analyst work, which I'll leave at that. Or snubbing us one time, just sitting in the middle of a room alone. Like, hey, you got 5 minutes? No.
Hey,
all right, you could have fooled me.
We had him. It was during the time when Baylor and TCU were both really, really good, and I interviewed him. I recorded him. ESPN set it up, and then I get a call from the woman that set it up, and she was angry with me because I was combative and argumentative with Desmond Howard, like he was Jesus Christ of college football, and I wasn't allowed to ask him questions or follow up.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3, Malcolm Smith, Seahawks, Super Bowl 47. Where he had interceptions, he was made plays out of nowhere, and he wasn't even the best player, not even close to the best player on their defense. A total role player on the defense, Malcolm Smith. Number 2, Dexter Jackson, Bucks, Super Bowl 37. I think
that was the one. Yeah, that's when they beat the Raiders. Gruden came back to beat the Raiders, and Dungy had just left. I remember him picking up 2 passes in that game.
In the first half. He probably should not have been the MVP. Really, he was right on it, but he had the big plays. He was kind of the game-changing guy in that Super Bowl, in the Bucks' first Super Bowl win. But Dexter Jackson, Florida State, Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 37. I'm sorry about that graphic. That one's my fault, Jack, on the thing. So I'm sorry about that if you want to correct us on the thing, but that was my fault.
Speaking of Heisman Trophy winners and Super Bowl MVPs, Jim Plunkett won Super Bowl in Super Bowl, looks like 15.
So he was the second.
And he was a Heisman Trophy winner, Yeah.
And, of course, number 1, the most out-of-nowhere Super Bowl MVP, Larry Brown, the Cowboys, Super Bowl 30. By and large, and I'm not trying to knock Larry Brown at all. He was very much a role player on that defense. He was fine, but he was the worst player on that defense in Super Bowl 30. And I'm not saying he's bad, but of all the people on that Cowboys defense in Super Bowl 30 that you would have been like, man, you would have thought that it's going to affect the game, Larry Brown would have been after other people that were backups.
And they used that to then get a free agent contract with the Raiders. And ended up being an average player. Great guy, very nice person. Interviewed him many, many times. Yeah, that team had people on defense, including Dion, who caught a pass in that game against the Steelers.
Yeah, that was completely out of nowhere. It was a great night for Larry Brown, and definitely one of the highlights of his career, no doubt about it. But definitely an unsung or unexpected hero. based on the list, he is definitely one of the most unexpected guys. I'm watching a Super Bowl like Larry Brown, really? Like that's the guy that's going to be the difference maker. But hey, that might be somebody on one of the Rams or Bengals rosters this weekend, and it might not be Joe Burrow or any of the other number of stars in this game. It could be a Larry Brown type.
Yeah. And as a Cowboy fan, I love Larry Brown until the day I die, and I also love Neil O'Donnell to play his worst game of the season in the Super Bowl 30.
He voted for Larry Brown. Larry Brown voted for Neil O'Donnell.
That was the last time I experienced true NFL joy. I was 15 years old, almost 16.
Damn. That's a long time ago, and then go 3-4 years